Hi, this is Dr. Tamra Harville, and I am going to discuss authors' audience and their point of view and why these are important to know. So let's get started. Why do we need to know who the author's intended audience is? Well, for one, it can change their tone, it can change their point of view. For example, if you were writing a letter to a company asking for a job, you wouldn't use slang or lingo like you would if you were talking to a friend, like, oh my God, dude, so I'd really like this job, Kay. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. So the audience makes a difference in how you write. You would not write a paper, an essay for a class in this type of a tone either, right? Even though your instructor and the other students are probably going to be the ones who read it, you want to know who the intended audience is. Who needs to know the information that you're sharing? If you're writing an argument about something in a policy, it's not going to the instructor to make a change in them. It's going to whoever that policy would make a change in. So when an author writes, they usually have a specific targeted audience. So how do we know who it is? Well, we can decode what is written to figure it out. Here is an example. Patients diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, DID, usually present with alternate personality states, alters, who take separate control of consciousness. Commonly, one alter will claim they have no awareness of events which took place when another alter was in control. However, some kinds of material are transferred across the alter boundary. Hutchins et al. Devised an objective method of demonstrating such transfer. Methods in the main study, following Hutchins et al. For 3 patients, 2 alters were taught different sets of nouns. So, yeah, you can tell that this is not just for anybody. This topic from a library website is unemotional, dry, has a lot of psychological lingo, so you can infer that the chosen audience is that of a specific knowledge of psychology, not just anybody. So the author's already expecting them to understand this type of lingo. Okay, so next. Here we have 2 different videos about the same thing, so let's watch these.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Okay, now let's watch this one.
I know how to sit, how to fetch, and how to roll over. What I don't know is how I ended up in here. But I know that I am a good dog, and I just want to go home. When you buy Pedigree, we make a donation to help shelter dogs find loving homes. The Pedigree Adoption Drive. Help us help dogs.
So you notice the difference in the videos? Making one have a song to it that changes the tone to be a little bit more solemn, reaches out to our emotions, right? So even though the audience can be the same here, the general public, they want somebody to adopt animals, they're reaching out to different personality types. So in commercial number 1, it's more positive about adopting pets. So they're reaching to those people who maybe are not as emotional, going, oh, look at the cute pup. Whereas in commercial number 2, they're reaching for the pity and sympathy of pet lovers to promote their adoption. So even though the audience is the same, it's still a bit different and specific. All right, let's talk about points of view, an objective or a biased point of view. The point of view is objective if you don't know how the author feels about the topic. They're just giving you information. Here's an example from USA Today. An extremely dangerous and life-threatening tornado swept through eastern Oklahoma early Wednesday evening, killing 1 person and destroying several mobile homes west of Tulsa, authorities said. The fatality occurred at Riverside Park Mobile Homes near Sand Springs, where several other residents were injured. The Emergency Medical Services Authority announced about 8 p.m. CT, the Tulsa World reported. One of the residents was taken to a nearby hospital in critical condition. Police said 25 to 30 homes were destroyed when the twister hit about 5:45 p.m. Central Time, Fox 23 reported. Other accounts reported that about a dozen homes were leveled. Deputies in Oklahoma State Police were conducting search and rescue operations. At a West Tulsa gymnastics studio, 60 people, including many children, took shelter in the basement and escaped serious injury when the storm tore the roof off the building, according to news reports. So this person, Michael Winter, is just reporting the facts of the situation. We don't know how he feels. We don't know if he was scared or if he knew somebody that was affected. We just know the information, right? Now let's look at this one. This is from Tess Malani in the article Tornado Destroys Sand Springs Gymnastics Studio, as she reported it on KOTV News 6. Dozens of girls and a few adults survived the collapse of the Aim High Gymnastics Studio. One by one, little gymnasts in the arms of Tulsa firefighters were carried to safety as the rain poured down. Parents in tears couldn't get their babies fast enough. 60 people, mostly children, were inside Aim High Academy in Sand Springs when tornado sirens started screaming. It was loud and everybody was just scared and crying, said 11-year-old Corey Green. As everyone took cover in a basement, the storm ripped off part of the roof. The adults and children inside prayed. I was scared, and all we did was praise God that we were still alive, said Shiloh Sells, who was 10 years old. No one was injured, but they were shaken up, and thankful for the heroes who found a way to make a scary situation feel safe. So this one has a different tone, and you can see it in the words, such as babies, screaming, thankful, heroes, scary. So yeah, they are basic words, but just the way they are written, you can hear that this author is more concerned. Okay, so in addition to the point of view being an objective, you can also have author bias or a biased opinion. It's not really their tone, but their opinion on the topic, usually trying to persuade you. So this is from logicalfallacious.com. Based on a survey of 1,000 American homeowners, 99% of those surveyed have two or more automobiles worth, on average, $100,000 each. Therefore, Americans are very wealthy. So as you can see here, the author's giving facts, but then adds their opinion that Americans are very wealthy. This, of course, is untrue. Not every American is wealthy. While they may see us as wealthy, America does have poverty and homeless as well. So this is the difference between fact and opinion. Objective point of view is mostly fact. Bias and opinion work together. I hope this helps you. Thank you.